It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word.
Everybody's laughing at America.
Listening to Trump trying to explain inflation and macroeconomics, it's like watching my dog try and use a pencil.
We had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
But after conning his Cracker Barrel base of hillbilly haters with this.
We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down.
But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast. Not only with insurance, with everything. Tomorrow, I will end inflation. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices. I will end inflation. Slash your prices. To rapidly reduce inflation, I will end inflation very quickly. End inflation. Slash your prices. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices. We're going to get your prices down.
You see, Trump is now backpedaling his bullshit about lowering prices and curbing inflation.
Started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
So why do you think Trump is now backing away from that plan?
It's unclear. I mean, one of the things that's clear is he never really had a plan to actually bring down grocery prices. Right?
Because not only will he not strengthen the economy, but these tariffs and deportations, they could cripple it.
I can't guarantee anything.
Trump doesn't have the first idea about controlling inflation, slashing prices, or building up our GDP. But then again, neither do these crackers. So Donnie Diapers will lie the same way he did last summer when he said the stock market was up because people thought he was going to win.
Mike, I know and you do not politicize these things, but the Donald Trump thing in the market amazes me. When they're up, it's all because of him and looking forward to him. When they're down, it's all because the Democrats and how horrific they are. Yet some of our biggest point fall-offs, 3 of the biggest of the top 10, occurred during his administration. Now, a lot of those were in the COVID years. I get that. But, you either own the markets or you don't. It does confuse me, but thank you.
If Trump tries to deport farm workers and undocumented workers in American factories and tries to put a 25% tariff on our leading business partners in Canada, Mexico, and China, well, the economy will crash quicker than Pete Hegseth coming home from a New Year's Eve party.
I want my mommy.
But here's a sign that Trump is full of shit. Number 1, he invited China's President Xi to the inauguration. And 2, Trump doesn't really care about inflation and the cost of bacon and eggs. Xi made Ivanka millions, and Trump is poised to get on that gravy train as well. And whatever happens to the economy, he'll blame it on Biden, even if this current economy is one of the best in the last half century.
I'm a big believer in tariffs. I think tariffs are the most beautiful word. I think they're beautiful. It's going to make us rich.
By the way, what happens what does happen when you put tariffs on goods and you stop immigration and force migrants to leave in terms of wages?
Unless you're Hamilton, I'm kind of against it.
Isn't that going to be inflationary?
Of course.
Is it a one-time, though, and then you sort of
I don't know. I mean, when you see tariffs like that, obviously you think about 1929.
Your previous tariffs during your first administration cost Americans some $80 billion, and now you have major companies from Walmart, Black & Decker, AutoZone saying that any tariffs are going to force them to drive up prices for their consumers. How do you make sure that these CEOs, that these companies don't, in fact, pass on the cost of tariffs to their consumers?
They cost Americans nothing. They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems having to do with wars and having to do with other things, tariffs, I have stopped wars with tariffs.
But is it your plan to deport everyone who is here illegally over the next 4 years?
Well, I think you have to do it. And it's a very tough thing to do. You have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally. The people that have been treated very unfairly are the people that have been online for 10 years to come into the country.
But people are coming from the Congo. Last night, we had 20 people come. Welcome to our country from the Congo. Where do you live in the Congo? We live in prison. Oh, that's right. They released them from prison. I don't think they wanted to ask what they did, but they're coming in from Africa.
This latest version of Trump is just as disgusting, racist, and misogynistic as the last one. But this Trump, once the 4 years are up, will no longer have the protection of the White House. That's why he won't trash the economy to back up the lies he's told about immigrants and our trade imbalance. He won't arrest Comey, McCabe, Cheney, or Kinzinger. That would f up his end goal. He's really not that complicated. He's a self-serving prick who cares only about himself.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Trump will do two things. One, he will pardon himself, even if that's constitutionally questionable. And two, he will cut deals with nations so he can make money while in office. He did it in 2016. He's going to do it all again now. In fact, he just announced a new Trump Tower in Saudi Arabia. You know, the same Saudis that rewarded Jared with a $2 billion investment in his company. It's Trump's turn now.
Former President Trump has also received funds related to the Saudi Gulf tour. Senator Ron Wyden says these financial entanglements deserve investigation. Will you be investigating that as well?
I think everything's on the table. Look, we're investigating Joe Biden.
All of Trump's recommendations for cabinet positions looks like that room full of monkeys on typewriters. But no matter how hard these idiots type, there's no Shakespeare coming.
The government gangsters and the fake news media are coming for our constitutional republic.
Trump importing these butt cracks as distractions so he can do what he wants.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops.
We're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections.
None of that's going to happen because even though it gives MAGA boners to talk all tough, it doesn't make Trump rich. I mean, I know he wants to arrest his critics.
It's the enemy from within.
But a huge swath of Republicans and federal judges will step in and create the kind of cluster that will stop MAGA cold.
I will end inflation very quickly, you know.
And to that point, if MAGA thinks this is inflation, now under 3%, wait till they see what happens when Trump shits the bed, like what happened to us in 1979.
In 1 year, the American economy had spun out of control. Gasoline prices had more than doubled. Mortgage rates pushed 20%. Unemployment kept on rising.
There are just so many forces at work. When inflation becomes rampant, interest rates are high and the business cycle is turning against you, it becomes almost impossible.
Of all the problems facing the nation, most Americans now agreed inflation was the most urgent.
That was stagflation, basically inflation and a recession, caused mostly by OPEC cutting production and prices quadrupled. And no matter how much Trump's Waffle House mandate adores him, if jobs start disappearing and prices start rising and there's another pandemic because Crazy Junior banned vaccines,
who believe that they know somebody who was killed by a COVID vaccine.
Killed?
Killed. 25% of Americans, 52% of Americans believe that the vaccines are causing injuries, including death. 52%.
You're an idiot! Well, even Donnie Diapers will feel the pain.
It's not fair.
30 years ago, James Carville seemed prescient when he said the economy's stupid, and damn if it doesn't seem like he had a crystal ball. When Tiny Finger says,
drill, baby, drill,
he doesn't understand that flooding the market with oil will drop prices in the United States and cost American jobs. That's because the economy is a balancing act between supply and demand, and you have to understand that macroeconomics is like trying to stop an aircraft carrier. It takes everything that Fat Donnie isn't.
It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, you know, who uses the word? I started using the word.
Understand, this guy in charge of an economy for 350 million people that affects 7 billion people, he once bankrupted a casino. A casino. It's damn near impossible to do. All the odds favor the house. It's like falling out of a boat and missing the water. But he also declared bankruptcy 6 times. 6 times. That's impressive for all the wrong reasons. And unless Republicans find some way to stop him, we might be number 7.
This guy's life is a disaster.
Damn right.
This is not a normal election.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Whether the women like it or not.
Suck my fat one.
Who's with me?
Trust me.
Shut the f*** up, Darren.
Who's with me? Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.